Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new NVIDIA daily update video. Today, as per usual, let's go over NVIDIA stock. Let's go over what is happening with this stock that is just consistently bullish every single day. It feels like just rocketing up like no tomorrow. Very, very bullish stock. And like I said many times, the stock is very bullish. There was pretty much no indication of actual bearishness on the daily charts, despite it being overbought, which again, I've said before, overbought doesn't mean bearish. It just means that how much more juices are left to squeeze. Clearly, NVIDIA decided that there's still some juice left to squeeze, right? Because we gapped up above 135 to 136, came back down roughly to that range, retested that range, held it, and went up almost exactly to my target as well, about $140 per share, with today's high being 139.6. Pretty damn close. So let's talk about what I foresee happening next. And yeah, if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. And of course, my membership on YouTube is live for just $3 a month. You can access all my thoughts, posts, updates on Tesla and sometimes other stocks as well. Or for $5 a month, you can access all of that. Plus you get access to my NVIDIA daily updates as well when I do share them pretty much every single day. If you're interested, link is below. Jumping into it, NVIDIA closing the day up a respectable 2.5%, which compared to the market is a slight outperformance, which is obviously pretty damn good. Now, it's actually outperforming like AMD, for instance, right? They usually move in tandem, but lately what I've been noticing is AMD tends to be a bit of a leading indicator on NVIDIA because AMD already did this breakout, retest, and move up, similar to what NVIDIA is now just doing. Breakout didn't really do the retest, but now it's moving up. So AMD, right? Or so NVIDIA right now is, at least in my opinion, where AMD was pretty much right here, in my opinion, right? So that's where, this is where I'm very curious to see how NVIDIA reacts here, because again, the stock, like I said before, it's now getting extremely overbought, like very, 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 very overbought. Again, that doesn't mean it has to be bearish here. It doesn't mean it is bearish even necessarily. It just means the fact that, again, like I said, and I still stand by this, the risk reward to me back at, when we're still around here at 134, 133 wasn't very high. And and it's even less now. Because again, there was a chance that, we didn't get this gap up, right? This is, in my opinion, a very high risk play and a high risk bullish bet. Short term. I want to make that very clear. Short term, week, maybe 2 weeks. It is, in my opinion, and even now especially, very high risk because there's just, based on my indicators, I don't see too much more movement to the upside left. But with that being said, does that mean I would short the stock here? Absolutely not. Why? Because despite it being overbought, it doesn't mean it's bearish because, our size overbought, stochastic is overbought, everything's overbought. Everything, literally all my indicators are overbought. But none of them are actually showing bearish divergences or bearish signals because again, overbought does not equal bearish. What I'd want to see is I'd want to see some maybe bearish divergences on the RSI. I'd want to see the MACD start curling down and getting closer to crossing bearish. I'd want to see the stochastic start to curl and getting close to crossing bearish. Or at the very least, I'd want to see the BX trender start showing fresh lower highs on the daily. I'd want to see at least one of those things start happening for me even to consider the stock turning bearish. None of those are happening. Despite it being overbought, literally none of those are happening. So I don't think the stock is bearish. In fact, there's still a chance that it actually does go a little bit higher and it gets even closer to this all-time highs at closer to 141. That is still a very real possibility. But now the levels are simple. You want to watch for a break below 135 to 136 or above 141. Once one of those two happens, we most likely continue in that respective direction. Obviously, I personally believe there's a higher chance we'll break down than up because again, the stock has just been very, very aggressively running up a little too quickly almost, I would argue. And again, usually when these things happen this quickly, they don't always end super, super well. Kind of like when we had that massive run up here sideways, and then we pretty much corrected most of that move back down. Same idea, not to this extent maybe, but same idea where I do believe it will come back down at some point. At least my target is 123 roughly. Again, if we don't, and let's say NVIDIA just continues rocketing from here, not a problem. I have no bias in this. I have no issues. I have no FOMO. It does not matter. There's a lot of other opportunities. That's why I'll always give you my honest thoughts because again, I don't have a short or long position on NVIDIA right now. No bias whatsoever. So that's just a simple way of putting it, right? Again, is it very overbought? Yes. Is it extremely overbought? Yes. Is it getting a little bit, into very kind of elevated territories? Absolutely. But is it bearish? No. Does it show any signs of being bearish or potentially looking to top here and start to reverse? It does not. So that's why, again, despite what I've been saying, I've never said that it's bearish, ever. And it's still not bearish. So again, just watch, in my opinion, NVIDIA really respects horizontal levels. So it's really simple. If we close a daily candle below 135 to 136, we're probably heading back down to 130. We close a daily candle below 130, we're probably heading back to 123. Simple stuff. And vice versa. If we start closing a daily candle above 141, we're in all-time high and uncharted territory. It's really that simple sometimes for NVIDIA, and the stock tends to be pretty respectful of these kind of lines, which is, I do like the way the stock trades actually. It's a very clean trading stock. I like the way it moves. It moves very respectfully of the technical levels, and it's a phenomenal stock to trade in my opinion. But as of right now, I believe it is slightly elevated. But yeah, keeping this video a little bit short, not much to update here. I think it's pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory personally. So let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.